Too many of you get tricked into thinking that if you eat less food, you're gonna lose more weight. When in reality, you need to eat a lot more food just for less calories. And approaching weight loss in this way is gonna stop you from making a transformation like this to one that looks more like this. So these are 10 reasons why eating 1,200 calories is an incredibly stupid idea. Number one is tracking problems. You may think that you're eating 1,200 calories, but in reality, you're actually eating around 2,500. You see, eating so few calories throughout the day can cause immense cravings, which can lead to overeating without you even realizing. And untracked calories like these throughout the day can offset your calorie deficit, thus leaving you not actually eating 1,200 calories. And reason number two is that it is not sustainable. Please stop thinking that if you eat less food, you're gonna lose more weight, because you couldn't be more wrong. And I'll let you in on a little secret, because people who think like this either lose weight and then gain it back a week later, or they end up never losing weight at all. The truth is, your body can't properly operate on so few calories. And no matter how many low calorie tips and tricks or how many low calorie recipes that you use, unfortunately, it's not going to work. But one thing that you're not going to thank yourself for is not learning lesson number 3. And that's reinforcing a binge and restrict cycle. Now, if you can relate to this story that I'm about to tell you, you're only a few steps away from falling into a pretty nasty binge and restrict cycle. And you need to change something now. I remember when I first started my weight loss journey, I'd eat 1,200 calories throughout the week, and then come the weekend, it would be an absolute just free for all. But I'd casually consume anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000 calories, and I'd leave myself feeling sluggish and full of regret. This created a cycle where I would just kind of live for the weekend and literally hate my life during the week. And doing this made losing weight an incredibly frustrating experience where I didn't see any progress for months. So if you're currently me from about 3 years ago, it's time to change, and change it quick. And one of the changes that you should probably make is eating more. And one thing that me from 3 years ago would have really wanted would have been a step-by-step guide, is breaking down the beginning stages of weight loss into small, manageable tasks that you can complete on a consistent basis. And if that's something that you'll be interested in, the link will be in the pinned comment. And I also forgot to mention that it is completely free. I think that it is time for a quick fire round. Reason number 4, low energy levels. If you want to feel tired and lethargic and feel like your brain is constantly on cruise control, keep eating at 1,200 calories. When I was eating this way, my energy levels got so low that everyday tasks became incredibly taxing. So do yourself a favor and eat more. Reason number 5 is going to be poor gym performance. With your energy consumption being so low, progressing in your workouts is going to be near impossible, meaning that you're not going to be able to retain or put on much muscle. And with you likely struggling to hit your protein because you're eating so few calories, you could even end up losing some muscle. And something else that you might struggle with, plateau problems. If you think that a calorie deficit is going to last forever, you're wrong. Eventually, your deficit calories are going to become your maintenance calories. And then once you're at your maintenance calories, you're going to have to eat less calories. It's a lot of calories. Point is, when you start your calorie deficit so low, once you come to the point where you have to reduce them, you give yourself very little wiggle room for those calories to be adjusted. So if you started your deficit calories a little bit higher, once you come to that time where you'll have to make that mini reduction, it's going to be a lot more manageable and it's going to be sustainable. That is an option that you don't have if you start your deficit calories incredibly low. And with that quick fire round coming to an end, let's talk about one of the reasons that most of you watching this video are overlooking. And reason number 7 is damage to your metabolism. I'm going to try and keep this explanation as simple as possible, but just bear with me. When you cut a significant amount of calories, your body realizes that something's up. And due to that reduced energy consumption, your body compensates by reducing our activity. Here's the thing though, all of these activities burn calories. If our activity is being reduced, then that is going to equal less calories burned. If you do need to go back and rewatch that segment a couple times, feel free, go ahead. I know it can take just a minute for you to, kind of wrap your head around it. Now, moving on to something that's a little less complex, we have our next reason, and that's a bad relationship with food. Now, if you have a relationship with food, that's a problem in itself that I will address in another video. But if you're eating 1,200 calories, don't be surprised if you start to develop an all or nothing mentality around food. Don't be surprised if you start becoming fearful of food. And don't be surprised if you start isolating yourself, as such low calorie restrictions can create anxiety around events where there's going to be, maybe unhealthy food around. When I was eating this way, I would constantly turn down events and gatherings with friends and say that I was busy. When in reality, I wasn't busy. I was just terrified of being being in an environment where I could potentially go off the rails and ruin all of my progress. And as a result of that, I sacrificed memories with friends because I was too scared of having one too many slices of pizza. I made that mistake, so you don't have to. And another mistake that I have made so you don't have to is letting restrictive dieting destroy your mental health. If you're somebody who thinks that losing weight is the most important thing, you're completely wrong. And here's why. If you let restrictive dieting practices take over, you are hands down going to be one of the worst people to be around. And I know this because I was that guy. I was sat around feeling sorry for myself, watching everybody eat and enjoy nice food, and being a complete buzzkill to every single person around me. But one of the most important reasons why eating 1,200 calories is incredibly stupid is because it is just not worth it. Now, what I am not saying is to use this advice as an excuse to go completely off the rails and eat like a pig. I am not saying that. But what I am saying is to just apply some common sense to the situation. Now, despite everything I've just said, there are going to be some people out there who are still curious, and rightfully so, on how to lose weight. And if you do want to know how to do that, I would watch this.